they kind of tell you about how much chance you're going to get someday?
They told me the day before, they just said stay ready and they just take it play by play.
How do you feel like it went for you? I mean, it was well over a year, I guess, right, since you played?
I mean, we didn't win, so that's my main focus. We didn't win, so obviously it wasn't enough.
Everybody in here wants to win. What do you think you can do to try to be a part of the solution here going forward these last 5 games?
Just do whatever I can do. Just work hard, maximize each and every day, and just maximize each and every day.
Did you have any, after being that long, and I mean, you've done this played football your whole life, but at the same time, we don't do it for a year in a real game. Was there an adjustment, or did it feel like just like riding a bike, like everything was?
It was like riding a bike, but just getting my feet under me and just little things like that. But I felt good, and we just didn't win, so that was the main focus.
I imagine what happened with JP, you played a lot more than you probably projected to initially to start the game. Again, conditioning-wise, since you hadn't played a full game in a long time, have any issues with that or anything?
I mean, no, I was good. I've been working hard since I got here, and then before I got here, I was working hard making sure my conditioning was up to date. So, it is a little different on the field, but I felt like I was good.
What were some of the conversations like in the locker room? Obviously, you guys didn't win. There's a lot of frustrations that are kind of bubbling up. Just what were some of those emotions and conversations like?
We just got to be better as a team, as a group, and we just got to get better and take it one day at a time and focus on the next game. The most important game is the next game.
Obviously, you're a vet and you've got a resume, but you got thrown into the fire in this game. Do you feel like Buffalo was trying to go at you at all, just knowing that, or whether it was the run or the pass?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I feel like they were sticking to their plan, what they did. I came in the second half, and I feel like they was doing what they wanted to do, or doing what they was trying to do.
Asante, to the earlier question, what gets teams out of tough times?
Sticking together and just maximize each and every day. I'm gonna stick by that, and sticking together. It's still got 5 games. If we win the next 5, then everything will just turn around and nobody will have any questions or have any doubts about. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to take it one game at a time.
Have you experienced something like that before in LA or anything where you've been on a team that needed to turn things around the way that things have been trending here?
Yeah, I did. My second year, we was kind of in the same boat, and then we won out and went to the playoffs. So, I seen it happen. And with the team that we have and the players and coaches we have, it's far from doable. So we just got to maximize each and every day.
As bad as it feels now, I mean, huge AFC North game for first place coming up. What have you heard about Steelers Ravens? Do you have any impressions of it from afar as a football fan over the years?
Yeah, as a football fan, I heard about it a lot. Just seeing all the highlights and games over the course of years, and it's a great rivalry, a lot of great players, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. And gonna go hard and do whatever I got to do for us to win.
Do you hear any of the outside noise, outside chatter that happens or that is happening right now just about the state of the team and the direction of things, or do you have to kind of shut that out?
I mean, you definitely hear it, but you got to shut it out because at the end of the day, it's a week-by-week league. If we win next week, then it'll be good. If we win the week after that, then it'll be good. So we just got to keep stacking wins and just doing our part as a team.
It's early in the week, so admittedly I haven't done much research, but any history with Lamar as far as matchups with him or knowing him at all?
Oh yeah, I played the Ravens twice in my career, and great team, great quarterback. And it's gonna be a good game.
Kind of put your finger on.
I just think it's a mixture of both, of everything. I mean, we're just, like the guys are saying, it's not playing up to our standard. All of us, and myself included too. So this thing comes down to getting back to work, and showing up ready to play and putting our best stuff out there on the field every play.
How frustrating is it when you see them have success running the same play over and over again?
Yeah, I think it's always frustrating, when an opposing offense is having success running the football, on our defense, because we got, some of the best players in the world to ever do it. And, I think that just comes down to, just doing our assignment and playing collectively better and just getting back to work. And, sometimes, in the NFL, players are going to make plays, and that happens. But, I think that we can be a lot better, and I know we will be.
You mentioned the talent you guys have on that side of the ball. I mean, a lot of big names, a lot of money dedicated to that side. Why do you feel like you guys collectively have not been able to put it together this year consistently?
I think there's been some times where, you see it and you're like, wow, that's what it's supposed to look like. We just completely shut some of the best running backs in the league out. and play good team football on defense. And that's the standard here is excellence. And so, we're always chasing that. And when we fall short of it, we're going to get back to the basics and get back to work and figure out how we can do that.
Jack,
during
when you
the
get
draft. So during the draft, Mike Tomlin said like one of the things he thought about constructing the draft board, making the picks, was physicality and wanting to kind of fill in some of those holes that were missing against the Ravens in that playoff game. How much have you been told about it? How much have you kind of gotten a sense that has been a focus of constructing this roster and of building this defense?
Yeah, I think that, when you look across the league, when you look at the way franchises and organizations draft, a lot has to do with who they play twice a year in their division. So I think that, like you said, when you play the Baltimore Ravens and the Browns and the Bengals twice a year, every year, stopping the run and having big physical players is at the forefront. And, we got a great challenge ahead of us this week and, a good opportunity to get back on the field and play up to our standard.
How do
Jack,
you get more physical at this point in the year?
I don't really think that, like I said, I think there's so many, little minute things that we can clean up that'll shore up that stuff that, maybe we're missing in some areas against the run. I don't think it necessarily comes down to our physicality because, we got physical guys and we're playing physical. I just think maybe it's just, staying in our gaps a little bit or knowing our assignments and just playing a little cleaner football up front for us. So I think we're going to get back to it this week.
So Jack, so what has to improve during the week, or what can you guys do during the week to make sure that happens on Sunday?
Yeah, I just think that, we got to come to work, eager and with a sense of urgency, and I think that, you can sense it even today and, being able to come to work and have a sense of urgency and, know that, what's at stake right now with these games moving forward and showing up ready for the challenge that's at hand coming up this week.
Yesterday, obviously you guys haven't had a ton of time to look at film, but can you kind of put a finger on the things that came up short, especially in the run defense?
I think we just weren't making plays. Maybe people got out the gaps, it just little things. I don't think it's a big thing, a big problem or anything.
TJ talked about it was frustrating that they were often using the same run play, and you guys were trying different things and things weren't working. When you look back at it, when you guys were trying different things, what was the main denominator of just like what wasn't happening?
Just like I said, people just, I wasn't making plays, it's just things like that. You just got to play sound, defense. Like TJ is saying, play. We should be able to, fix that problem quick.
So what's kind of the sense of urgency to fix that quickly, knowing that you guys have the Ravens and Derrick Henry this week?
Today, we got the film, see what things that we got to work on this week. And, we got a big test there.
You know the Ravens well, obviously, having been on that side for a while. What kind of different challenge are they in terms of their running game compared to the Bills? Is it similar concepts, or does Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry present different kinds of challenges?
The same thing. They're big running team and got a quarterback in, so it's basically the same thing. But, it's Derrick Henry, so it's going to be a big test.
Sunday going to be anything to you facing your former team?
Yeah, definitely. I still love Baltimore. I've been there for 5 years. Still got love for everybody there. Got a lot of friends out there. Being out there. So it's going to be different, but I'm here now. So.
What changed for you role wise when Patrick Queen went down? As far as just like what was asked of you, communication wise, you had the green dot at any point?
No, I didn't have the green dot. I'm paying to have it. It's just like any situation that we practice out there. PQ out, giving me Co or even Carson come in. So it's nothing different. Nothing. We practice that. So
during the roster building part of the year, Mike Tomlin kind of stressed wanting to be a more physical team and bring in guys to make this a more physical defense, kind of specifically for this Ravens game. How much has that kind of been impressed upon you guys, and how much do you have to emphasize physicality in a game like this?
We got the guys that be physical. We just got to go out there and just do it. Let's see it in practice. At training camp, we was physical, and that's something that I take pride on. That's the reason why I'm here.
Was that playoff game a talking point with them when they signed you, as far as like we can't have that basically when we're in those moments?
It could be. That's what basically what my career have been. Just be that tougher, physical player.
You guys are coming off a couple tough losses, and so are they. Is this just one of those games where you kind of see who responds better to that adversity?
Oh yeah, definitely. We go through a lot of adversity throughout the whole year, with injuries and just little things like this. So we just got to bounce back. It starts today when watching the film.
What do you think they're saying down in Owings Mills today about this?
You know, it's always gonna be a tough game. You know, no matter what. You know, the surface and like if things going on through the season. You know, we know this game is a big one for both. You know, both cities.